Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. Today I'm going to be doing the rear drum brakes on this 2008 Chevy Silverado. If you need these parts or other parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1AAuto.com. Just going to use a small pry bar, remove this hubcap. Get in behind here. Just gets clipped in right there. Remove that piece. I'm going to remove this center cap. I'll just take a 22mm socket. Just loosen these little caps up. Pull that off. I'm going to take a 22mm socket and a breaker bar. I'm going to loosen up these lug nuts. Those are all loose. Now I'm going to raise and support the vehicle. I'm using a 2-post lift. If you're at your house, you can use a jack and jack stands. Now we're going to take these lug nuts off. Just use a ratchet if they're stuck on there a little bit. Those lug nuts off. Try to get the tire off. It's on there pretty good. I'm just going to take a lug nut, put that on. Then I'm going to take a hammer from the back side of the wheel and just hit just the tire until it breaks free. I can take the lug nut off, pull the tire off. To get this drum off, we can actually just take a hammer and hammer in this area, but they also give you these 2 little screw ports where you can take a couple of bolts. These happen to be 10mm by 1.5 thread pitch. So we'll take these bolts, install these. Take my ratchet, just snug these up a little bit. Sometimes just tightening these up, the drum will pop right off. This one's on there a little bit good. And I'll take my hammer, just give it a tap right here and right here. Try tightening these up again. And as you can see, the drum's starting to move. It's pulling away. You can actually grab it, slide it right off. Before I start taking apart these shoes, I'm going to use some brake parts cleaner. I want to clean all this area. I want to make sure I don't breathe any of this in while I'm doing it, because it's going to be a lot of dust. Next, I'm going to take this orange spring out. Yours may not be orange. I'm going to use these hose pliers. These actually work the best for doing this. You can use needle nose, but this works a little bit better. Just grab around this spring here and slide it this way and pull this out. And then we're going to set this aside and just make sure that we don't mix it up. A good thing to keep in mind when you're doing drum brakes, always leave the other side completely together until you're done putting it together. So then you have a reference in case you forget where something goes. Next, I'm going to take this little adjuster off. And then I can separate this a little bit. Set that aside. And last, we have these 2 spring clips that are held in. And this tool, again, works really well. Just grab the spring, and then you can use the axle hub to get some leverage. Just pry it out, pull it straight out like that. We'll do the same with this side. Just grab around there. Just pull like that. And we can pull this pad off completely, this shoe. This side, just pull this out a little bit. Pull this shoe off, just like that. Right, before we disconnect the parking brake cable, we were gonna take this spring and just pull it out of our way. Set that aside. Next, we're gonna take the parking brake cable right here. This mechanism, there's a little bullet right here. And what you do, you can take a small screwdriver. You're just gonna push down on the bullet. Might have to pry it out a little bit. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't wanna hurt yourself. When you push down on this, oops. Trying to get this to release. Right there, there's like a horseshoe. We want it to go below the horseshoe. Just like that. And then you're gonna push it. Push it down. Pull it. Slide it right out. All right, we're gonna take a wire brush. We wanna clean up the contact spots where the shoes sit on this backing plate. Right there, right here. And right here. And then same with the other side. We can take a wire brush and also clean this hub area. This is where the drum was stuck on the axle. All right, next, after cleaning that, I'm just gonna use a little more brake parts cleaner. Clean this off. Just take a rag and wipe it off. Of brake caliper grease. I'll just put it on these contact areas. Just a little light coating, not too much. I'll just make the shoes slide good in and out. These are our old brakes. These are our new brakes from 1aauto.com. As you can see, the shoes are the same. They have the same design. Same thickness. This other shoe comes with the parking brake mechanism attached, just like the old one. The drums themselves are the same height. Same on the inside. Get yours at 1aauto.com and you'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, installing this parking brake cable is actually probably the hardest part of this job. What you do is you take this spring, you can slide it through here and push it right here. But part of the problem is if the cable moves, it won't go through here. You can try forcing it on like this, but generally what happens is it's pushing the cable back in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go release the cable on the other side of the truck. underneath the truck right here, we're gonna find this junction for the cables where the single cable splits into two. On this vehicle, the right side is this upper one, the left side is the lower one. So we're working on the right side right now. So we're gonna release the cable. Just gonna twist this a little bit, slide this little pin out, and then we can actually push the cable all the way in. Now that that cable's all the way in, we actually have more grab to grab onto. You can actually hold the cable while you try to force this on. And as you can see, that little bullet's trying to come through there. You can grab a screwdriver and just pull it through, just like that. And then you want to make sure this spring goes underneath here. So we want, as I push the cable back in, I'm holding the bullet with my finger, pushing that back there, and that's how it goes, right there. Now that the shoe's on, before we put it completely together, it's easier to be able to pull on this cable and give yourself some more slack, and then we'll reinstall this into the junction. Just like that. Next, we're gonna take this spring. We're gonna slide this up, and there's a little clamp that it goes over. Just get that into position like that. Next, I'm gonna take this shoe and just spin it like this. So that parking brake mechanism is on the back, and I can use my hose pliers and just grab on the spring, try to pull it out a little bit. I'm just gonna set it right there for now, and then I'm gonna put the front shoe on. Those pliers again, just pull out on the clamp, pull out on that spring. This one, I wanna make sure that down below, it's set in this spot position. Down below, I wanna make sure the shoes are behind this little groove right here. Up top, I wanna make sure that they're in the wheel cylinder groove. You can just give them a little tap. So those will go there. This one, just pull on this. Make sure that goes there. When that's like that, then I can just position this spring into this little hole over here. You can use leverage from the hub, snap it into place. If it falls out, you can just move it like that. And then the other side, just grab the spring, use the hub for leverage, and position that into place. And just double check everything is in place. Before we install this adjuster, we can actually take this apart. We can actually clean this area right here. If this is frozen, you're gonna wanna replace it. Ours is freed up pretty good. So we'll just take a little bit of brake caliper grease and stick that on there. That's good like that. And then check where the threads are and see if those are good. These seem pretty good. So we're gonna tighten this up a little bit before we install it because we have new shoes and new drums. All right, so that's good. And this is gonna go in this direction, just like this. Just slide, this side is gonna go towards the parking brake assembly. And then this side is gonna go over here. I'll just grab the shoe, pull it out a little bit, slide that into position. Next we'll take this bracket right here. This is gonna go there. This is part of the adjuster mechanism. And then this spring is gonna go here. take our hose pliers, just line this spring back up. It's going to go over here. Oops. Things twisted a little bit. Just like that. Make sure everything's on there good. Double check everything else. Now it looks pretty good. All right, next we're going to install the drum and make the adjustments. You can take a straight blade screwdriver to adjust the adjuster. What we want to do is when we install this drum, we'll go back and forth and see if there's any, see if it's rubbing at all. You want some rubbing, but you want to make sure you don't have a drum on the other side because it could transfer over from that side and you might not be feeling it properly. You can take the straight blade screwdriver, adjust it up some more. Still got a lot to go, so just keep adjusting this up. That feels pretty good. It might be a little bit tight, so I'm actually going to loosen it up just a little bit. To loosen it, I'm just going to pry back on this little bracket, and then I can use the screwdriver and go in the other direction. Just go about 2.5 turns. Feels pretty good. On the back side of the drum backing plate, there is a little cover right here. You can take a straight blade screwdriver, pull this out. Then if you have to make adjustments, you can make your adjustments there. You get a smaller screwdriver or something they call a spoon, which is to adjust the rear brakes. That way you can, if you have it too tight and you can't get the drum off, you can adjust them that way. Or if you already have the wheels on, put this back in, just line this up, and then use a small straight blade screwdriver and just push it back in. Just like that. Next we're gonna reinstall the tire. Install the lug nuts. Now we're going to lower the vehicle. I'm going to take a 22mm socket and a torque wrench. I'm going to torque these to 140 foot-pounds. I'm going to do it in a star pattern so that it tightens the wheel down evenly. Just double check. Good. We're going to install the center cap. I'll just use the socket to snug these up. You don't want to tighten these too much because they crack easily. take this hubcap. I'm going to line this up with the valve stem. And then lightly hammer it on. Just like that.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.